Lucia grew up in Liberty City. Luis Lopez is the most famous Dominican from Liberty City in the entire series.
You see this city? I own it. Everything. Seriously.
Really?
No.
Rockstar gave Lucia a boxing past, a complicated family, and a history of fighting for survival. Luis comes from a broken home, with a dad who ran out, a mum in the projects, and siblings who escaped Liberty City to start their own families.
What choice do I have? I lost my job!
Yeah, well, call one of the other kids, the one you ain't ashamed of.
And somewhere between those two stories, players started asking a question. Is Lucia actually related to Luis? And Rockstar just isn't saying it yet? Today we're going to dig through cutscenes, emails, trailers, and fan theories and build every plausible connection between Lucia Caminos and Luis Lopez. We'll go through all the theories together. Let's break it down. Before we go into theories, we need a baseline. Luis Fernando Lopez from the Ballad of Gay Tony is the middle child of Adriana Lopez. He's got an older brother, Ernesto, and a younger sister, Leta Lopez Wilkinson. Their dad, simply called Mr. Lopez, walked out on the family and started a new one somewhere in the Midwest. That detail comes straight from Leta's email to Luis. By the time of Grand Theft Auto 4, Ernesto has moved out of Liberty City, become an accountant, started a family, and turned into the respectable brother.
How's your bro, man?
My bro? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Maybe we should concentrate on not getting caught and speak about him another time.
I always liked Ernesto. He was alright.
He was always an uptight jackass, bro. Now concentrate before we make a mistake.
Leta moved out too, married a guy named Mr. Wilkinson, works in HR, and has kids of her own. Luis is the one who stayed close to home, bouncing between club security, drug deals, and being like a son to Tony Prince.
Here you go, mommy. Take this, okay? Take care. I gotta go.
Take care. You take care, son. Dealing drugs, people getting killed, nightclubs, you take care.
We know Luis is already an uncle. In one of the Maisonette 9 club management side jobs, he only agrees to pick up the boy band Blue Brothers because, in his own words, his niece is crazy about them.
The Blue Brothers? For real? They even old enough to come in here?
21 to drink, 18 to party, whatever age you like if you're famous, as Tony always says.
Okay, only because my niece loves those irritating little eunuchs.
Since Ernesto barely talks to Luis, most people assume he's talking about one of Leta's kids. Now jump to Lucia. In Rockstar's official character descriptions, Lucia Caminos is described as having grown up in Liberty City before moving down to Leonora. She had a rough upbringing. She fought for her family. She ended up in prison. Her father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk. That's why she wears the little boxing glove necklace in all the promo shots. So we've got a Dominican-American family from Liberty City with a runaway father, siblings who leave the city, and unnamed children we never see on screen. And a new protagonist who is Hispanic, Liberty City born, trained to fight by her dad, and now operating in Vice City.
Hey.
On paper, it's enough to trigger every Rockstar lore brain out there. But is there really a connection? Or are we just falling a victim to coincidences? Theory 1. Lucia is Luis's half-sister. Now we start playing with the messy Lopez family tree. One of the key pieces of lore buried in the Ballad of Gay Tony emails is that Luis's father didn't just leave once, he left twice. Leta tells Luis that she heard news from the Midwest, that their dad ran out on his new family, his new set of kids, and moved in with a waitress. That line does two important things. First, it confirms Mr. Lopez had other children after abandoning Adriana, Luis, Ernesto, and Leta. So somewhere out there are unnamed half-siblings carrying his DNA. Second, it sets a pattern. This guy doesn't just walk out once, he keeps repeating the cycle. New wife, new kids, new exit. So the half-sister theory goes like this. Lucia isn't a niece, she's a half-sister. Mr. Lopez had yet another relationship after the Midwest one collapsed, this time in Liberty City again, or maybe a different part of the East Coast. He fathers Lucia with another woman, sticks around long enough to teach her how to fight, then disappears again. Lucia grows up in Liberty City's rougher neighborhoods, carrying the same emotional damage Luis had: an absent father, a tired mother, and violence as the only stable language in the house. This would explain a couple of things very neatly. The boxing background, for one. It also keeps the surname difference intact. If Lucia's mother is Caminos and Mr. Lopez bounces again, it makes sense she'd carry her mother's last name and not some guy who vanished.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
The problem with this theory is that we never meet the Midwest kids. We never get names, ages, or locations. There's no mention of any of them ending up in Liberty City. You can make it work, but you're doing most of the heavy lifting as a fan. It's a cool idea. Lucia and Luis as half-siblings who never met, both shaped by the same ghost of a father. But in terms of evidence, this one's hanging on a single email, and the general mood of, our dad was trash. Cool? Yes. Solid? Not really. So let's tighten the net. Theory 2. Lucia as Leta's daughter. Now we go to the sister. Leta Lopez Wilkinson is the youngest of the 3 siblings. Her emails paint a pretty clear picture. She moved out, married Mr. Wilkinson, works in HR, has kids, and has a much healthier relationship with Luis than Ernesto does. She tells him to look after their mum, admits she hasn't been around, and asks him not to turn out like their father. If you replay episodes from Liberty City and check your email, you'll see Luis's replies, where he jokes about her kids and the white bread man, and asks her to send photos so he can replace the old pictures of their dad. We also know Luis has a niece who loves the Blue Brothers.
Only because my niece loves those irritating little eunuchs.
That line could easily be referring to one of Leta's daughters. To a lot of players, that's the first mental jump. Oh, Lucia must be that niece. She's Latina, she's from Liberty City, Luis has a niece, boom, done. But the moment you look at the names, this theory starts to wobble. Leta's full married name is Lopez Wilkinson. Her husband is Wilkinson. If they had a child, the kid's last name would realistically be Wilkinson, Lopez Wilkinson, or Lopez. None of that gets you to Caminos. If Lucia is in her late 20s in GTA 6, she would have been a kid or early teen during the Ballad of Gay Tony. That could match the unseen Blue Brothers obsessed niece. But that still doesn't explain why Lucia's name is Caminos. This brings us to the one theory that does line up with almost every single piece of data we have.
I'd face F star star K the S star star T out of that B star star CH.
Theory 3. Lucia as Ernesto's daughter.
Hey, I guess I didn't recognize you from your mom not having any pictures of you up on the walls.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't have any up.
Now you mention it, I guess mugshots don't sit along too well with graduation shots.
Hey, who the fuck are you?
This is the big one.
The big one. The big one.
The big one! What is the big one?
Ernesto is Adriana's eldest son, Luis and Leta's brother, and he has children we don't know the names of. We never see this family. We never hear their names. The only glimpse we get is in his email to Luis. He calls Luis's life a joke, says he pretends his brother doesn't exist, and drops the line that his kids think Luis is dead. If you choose to reply as Luis, he throws it back at Ernesto for never sending money to their mother and hiding in suburbia. So here's what we know for sure, canonically. By 2008, Ernesto is living somewhere outside Liberty City with a wife and children. His kids have grown up without their uncle, and their dad has fed them a very specific narrative about him. Now connect that to Lucia. Official descriptions repeat that she grew up in Liberty City before moving to Leonora. Her father taught her to fight from the time she was very young. She's extremely athletic, ruthless when she needs to be, and willing to do whatever it takes to climb out of the hole she was born into. The Ernesto-Lucia theory says this: Lucia is one of Ernesto's kids. She's the daughter of the brother who tried to leave Liberty City behind and become respectable. Ernesto taught her how to fight, and at some point, that plan fractures. Maybe the marriage falls apart. Maybe the family moves back to Liberty City for work. The surname Caminos actually fits this theory more comfortably than you'd think. If Ernesto's wife is Caminos and Ernesto left, it would be logical for Lucia's mother to revert back to her maiden. Along with Lucia, of course. The fact that Lucia wants the good life her mother always dreamed of might suggest that her father left at some point. Most importantly, the Ernesto theory feels like rockstar storytelling. Is it confirmed? No. Is it the cleanest, most law-friendly way to tie Lucia into the existing universe? By far.
When you going back to school?
Ay, mami, por favor. Hey, let's go. Mami, I gotta go, okay? But here, take this. Cuídate.
Luis, take your life more seriously, baby, please. Don't be like your father.
Look at your brother, look at your sister. They're doing so well. Mommy, I know, but what do you expect? I gotta hang out with morons like these two, okay? Bye.
Whether Rockstar ever confirms it or not, the idea that Lucia is tied to the Lopez family tells us something about how they're writing GTA 6. They want fans to have a strong feeling of nostalgia. So for now, the official answer is we don't know. But if you force me to bet, I'd put my money on this. Lucia Caminos is Ernesto's daughter, which makes her Luis Lopez's niece. And somewhere out there, the toughest Dominican in Liberty City has no idea his bloodline is about to tear up Vice City.
You gotta let up on your mom.
Oye, te oigo. But bro, she rides me too hard, man.
Hanging downtown made you forget who you is, El.
What you mean?
I mean, you a fucking Dominican. All Dominican mamas ride their hijos like that. You think me and Enrique don't get shit too?
So yeah, that's the full breakdown of the Lucia-Luis connection. If you enjoyed this kind of deep dive and you want more GTA 6 lore connections before the game drops, leave a like and subscribe. It really does help more than you know. Drop your own theory in the comments. Is Lucia a Lopez? Or are we all just coping until Rockstar confirms it? This is Leonida Man saying, this is Leonida Man, and I'll see you next time.
It's over!